Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually going to be looking at the difference between Heim steering and normal tie rod steering. Our camera guy over here has been running the Heim steering for a while, haven't you been?
Yep, I've got the Heim steering on my Jeep. Charlie's got the 1-ton tie rod end steering on his Jeep. So today we'll just compare and contrast, tell you the pros and cons, and help you decide which system is better for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences in between the two, but it's really up to your own preference and what you see with your own build. So let's get them checked out.
Yep. All right, so Charlie's got 1-ton tie rod ends steering system on his WJ. How's it been treating you so far?
So far, the 1-ton system that we have is actually really well built. We designed the ends ourselves in-house, and we have them sent out and made. And overall, I've thrashed this thing plenty. You can have it in over the knuckle or under the knuckle, and the drag link itself is obviously easy to flip, whether you're over or under, depending on your lift height, and if you have that shock bar drop.
Yep, and for the WJ specifically, you can mount the 1-ton tie rod in over the knuckle for the tie rod.
Yep, for the tie rod, and that's due to the ear spacing in between, which we'll show you later on the JK axles. They're actually a lot closer together, which unfortunately does not work with normal tie rod ends, but that's where the Heim actually has a plus on me in that case. But overall, this is so much less maintenance for me, especially because I daily this back and forth to Iron Rock, to home, and it doesn't go on a trailer whenever I go out and wheel either. I drive to the events. So for me, less maintenance is always better. The cost is slightly higher than what we have for the Heims, but end of the day, for me, it was the best pick.
Yep, we could tell Charlie doesn't like to do any maintenance. That's why it's all muddy.
Hey, it gets the job done.
Yeah. There you go, now turn. There you go. Hard. Hard. So on my Jeep, I've got Heim joint steering. I've also got a JK axle in here. This is a JK Rubicon Dana 44 with our swap kit on it. And because of that, I'm able to run our JK over the knuckle tie rod. This is a solid 1 3/8" bar, but on the JK, I can't flip the tie rod over the knuckle unless I'm using Heim joints. So Heim joints require a little bit more maintenance. They do squeak, maybe just a little. I don't really notice it. I like to, lube them up after every wheeling trip and every oil change, things like that. They are a little bit stronger. The Heim joints are solid chromoly, so it is a little stronger, but my rig is mostly a wheeling rig. I do drive it to work every now and then just for fun, but 99% of its life is just for wheeling. So I don't mind the little extra maintenance. I like the extra strength, and because of the JK axle, I really like the extra ground clearance I get by using the OTK tie rod. That actually moves the tie rod up higher than like a reed knuckle or a Rancho knuckle. This moves the tie rod up 2.5 inches, so it's huge ground clearance. I never ever hit the tie rod. All right, so we're moving back over to tie rod ends so Charlie can tell us about the construction.
Luckily, I actually already had these cut open when we were doing all of our R&D process when we first designed these here. So we have our two different versions, a slotted and non-slotted, and all it does is actually constrict how much angle it has. Traditionally, you'll have your slotted version on the knuckle itself, and then the non-slotted up at the pitman arm. That just overall keeps your steering from jumping whenever you are on the road. You want to make sure you don't actually get these flip-flopped, or else then it just won't be as comfortable. what's nice about this is that they do have zinc nickel coating on them. Overall, it's a higher corrosive resistance and a lot more durable than what we've seen on a lot of other products out there.
And we designed these tie rod ends in-house, so that's why we were able to maximize the angle on these and the anti-flop of this style tie rod end. So for the construction on the Heim joints, there's a lot of different options. You have different hole sizes for the ball, but the construction is pretty much the same. The body is a chromoly, so it's extremely strong. The ball is chromoly, so it's about as strong as you can get. And then it has a like a Teflon liner that's kind of injected in there, so it's very tight. But the good thing about a Heim joint is, you know, say you've got maybe 1-ton axle swap, or you're building a buggy, Heim joints are perfect for that custom application. Like, we sell threaded inserts that you could weld onto a piece of tube. You can make your own custom tie rod end or drag link, or let's say you've got like full hydraulic steering. You got those 2 little short tie rods that go from that big ram. You can make all that kind of custom stuff with Heim joints. The other cool thing about Heim joints, they have lots of ability to have huge misalignment. So we can get a lot of angle out of a Heim joint if it has high misalignment spacers, which we make these here at Iron Rock. So we have a huge amount of misalignment available. So you can get lots of articulation using a Heim joint. So if you have lots of flex, the Heim joint is the way to go. But on our 1-ton tie rod ends, we also, since we designed them in-house, we maximize the flex that these can actually use as well. So there's no limitation if you decide to go to a 1-ton tie rod end system.
All right, to summarize everything here in the end, I'm still very much stock. I drive it every day, and it's very minimal maintenance for me. I mean, I've thrashed this countlessly out on the trails, and I'm so confident on our tie rod ends and the steering system. That's why I have it, and it works really well for me.
And for me, I don't mind a little bit of noise, which I can get rid of, usually with some spray lube or something. I prefer just having a lot more strength and customization with Heim joints and a lot more flex. And mine's, like I said before, mostly a wheeling rig, so it doesn't bother me that it only sees the road once or twice a year.
Overall, they're great steering systems, and whichever route you end up going, it's going to be great for your own build. Check out all of our steering options at ironrockoffroad.com. That was decent.
Yeah.